Okay, hello, and welcome to, let's see, we're up to volume 2, page 11 of my graphic novel of comic strips titled Founder. Um, yeah, it's been an interesting time. I've gotten a couple more commissions. I'm working a lot with images and models off of Instagram for my personal artwork recently, using them as models, and then manipulating them to look like sci-fi figures or comic book characters, or things like that. It's interesting and it's fun, and I like watching it develop. Normally, I start on Monday night and continue it through Thursday. My sleep schedule is really off this week because of some things that I had to do. I had to stay over and well, I guess I'll just tell you. Stay over and get an oil change, and that kept me from going to sleep until like noon because the place that I go to is incredibly slow, and yeah, it doesn't open until like an hour and a half after I get out of work anyway, so it takes a while. I guess that's the cost of it being relatively inexpensive. And then on Tuesday morning, I went and visited my grandma, who lives in a nursing home, and she's not well off. She'll respond some, mostly nonverbal, and behold the future. It's rough, and so I decided to visit her. I'm probably going to continue to visit her on Tuesdays. To heck with my sleep schedule. We read through the first 8 chapters of Matthew, and she seemed to be really into it and enjoy listening to it. I don't know if it was the sound of my voice or the actual words, but I just remember that growing up she really liked reading the Bible, so I'm not sure if anybody else is doing it for her, so I thought I would do it myself. So that threw off my sleep schedule for the whole week. I had to jump back on melatonin on Wednesday, and now it's Thursday evening, and I feel human again, having had 2 days in a row of sleep. And then just in time for the weekend where I changed my sleep schedule. So that's awesome. So we'll go from there. It'll work out, trust me, it'll be fine. I spent some of the Patreon money on art supplies. I wanted to share that with you. I put it on its own separate post that was free on Patreon for everybody to see. But I bought some more paper, and eraser, and some brush-tipped markers because I really liked how the page that I just finished doing turned out. I believe it was page 50 of volume 2. That's how much leeway I gave myself. And an eraser and a white ink marker so that I can just draw the shapes into black instead of having to try to outline what I'm doing when I do the night scenes. That was proving difficult, and hopefully that adds to my skill set, and I can improve, and it can become a more graphically interesting book. So that's what I'm doing here. But this page I didn't start with my carpenter's pencil again. I don't know what happened. Don't ask me. It's been so long ago. It's probably because I have to be so detailed here at the beginning. Some of the panels are very small, and I'm not sure how that's going to translate when I go to reduce the size of everything. Time will tell, I guess. This is a big experiment. I'm still trying to figure out what works, okay? And it'll get better with time. I spent most of last night walking around in circles at my job. I'm a janitor, by the way. Walking around in circles at my job, sweeping the floor, contemplating this this story that I want to write, and I'm afraid of letting it turn into a Star Wars situation where I've written in my head a good solid middle story, and then thinking, oh, it'd be a great idea to have, like, this is what happened before that, and I have absolutely no idea what would happen afterwards. But I started formulating these ideas about what happened afterwards, and I'm not sure that I want to carry it on forever. It's not something that I want to carry on forever. Maybe if this actually becomes a career, I can pay somebody else to draw it. I don't know. I'm kind of... On one hand, I see the benefits of having other people draw. Mark Miller, who is in charge of Miller World that got sold to Netflix. You're going to see a lot of comic book stuff from him in the future. He wrote so many miniseries through Image and a couple other smaller places that he got to tell a wide range of stories, and I really admire that he got to do that, and I suppose that would be my professional idol, I guess, as far as what and how they're going about doing it. I'm selfish. I want to draw it all myself, but I know I don't have the time, unless I get to do this full time. Which is still a ways away, because I'm just starting. I have no delusions of grandeur. It takes time. I have to build an audience. What I'm going to do next week is probably take some more of the Patreon money and use it to advertise the Patreon page and see how many followers I can get off of perhaps a straight 20-30 days worth of advertising. Just something short and clickable on Facebook, and we'll see what we can do. That's the plan. Spend next week, come up with a commercial or an ad or something with some kind of content that gets people to come to Patreon. The marketing end is new to me, but I will do my best to try, because that's what's going to get it done, I imagine. Get me to be able to do this full time, and so get all the stories that I have in me out so that you can enjoy. This page has the robots slowly discover that they are in fact all being brought here to do the work. That they are gifts to the cave woman, and that the two humans have absolutely no intention of doing a whole lot of work. They're just going to let the robots do it, and they're going to love on each other. And yeah, I mean, yes, do things to lighten the load for your loved one, but don't walk all over everybody else to do it. You know what I'm saying? Be careful how you... I don't want to say use, because that's too crass, and that's not... Well, I guess they're using the robots. So, yeah, be careful how you use other people in your life. It will almost always come back to bite you, and it will... It's not a... It's negativity. You don't want to bring negativity into your life. You want to work with people. You want to take their attributes and their positivity and their talents and use them to benefit everybody. So, something to keep in mind. This may come back and bite them. I don't know. I'm not sure how Adam and Eve interact after the robots leave. Something to think about. Thank you all for supporting. Thank you, Joe. I will see you next week.